it seems like businesses that aren't utilizing that opportunity to connect with their community are losing out to newer startups or people with less experience, and it just seems like your emphasis on being in the right place and being noticed is never going to really go away.
Yeah, well, we talked about it earlier, and I think YouTube is the greatest new old product that there is because YouTube seems to have hit a whole new level. And I think what I call it is they sort of TikTok their algorithm. So on TikTok, you typically see videos about subjects you're interested in based on previous TikTok videos you've watched. And YouTube's been very successful in replicating that. So now I mostly see videos about marketing, internet marketing, business, the Winnipeg Jets hockey club, tennis training videos, live rock music. All the videos that I watched before, they show me more videos in the genres that I'm interested in and the categories I'm interested in. So I think YouTube's had a huge renaissance, and people kind of take YouTube for granted. Well, YouTube by far and away is the second biggest website in the world. I think Google has, somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 or 80 million views a day. YouTube's like 42 million and Facebook's 9 million. So by a wide margin, Google and YouTube are the big dogs, and YouTube's way more important in terms of business opportunity than Facebook, TikTok, and even ChatGPT, which is growing. It's in fifth place, far, far, far behind YouTube. So if you want a good business strategy for today, develop YouTube videos. And I always say just answer questions. So whatever it is, if you're a plumber, if you're a internet marketer, if you're an attorney, answer the kind of questions that people would be asking on Google and YouTube and put it in the form of a question. So like we always say to our attorneys to do a video, and we coach them through this. One of the questions we're getting asked all the time is, what do I do if I get hit by an Uber? Who's going to pay for my medical and my car repairs? And then they go on to explain that answer. So if you answer questions on YouTube and then use that video on your blog and then use it on all your social media, it's very cost effective, and you're setting yourself up for success in the new AI search, both ChatGPT and even more importantly, the Google AI overviews. Google is showing an AI result at the top of every search. And essentially, these are question and answer, right? You ask a question, the AI overview answers the question, and then they show the websites they used to compile the answer, and they show lots and lots of videos. So I'd say answering questions on YouTube, answering questions on your website is the new AEO, or answer engine optimization, which is an evolution from search engine optimization.
It's a great sort of segue. I mean, one of the eighth rule is use the right tactic, and I think you just mentioned some great things. Which we're recording this in November of 2025. A lot of that, the strategy of that is going to be evergreen and timeless. But we might look up in 6 months or 3 months or however many months, and the platforms or the tactics might change. Are there any other right tactics for this moment, or are there any things that you are bullish on with regards to reaching new people?
I mean, I think I just hit the two biggest. Like, one is set yourself up for success with AI. And the AI search we talked about is the biggest thing happening in my world. And video is probably the most significant tactic. But I would say getting into AI in your business is probably the next most important thing. And, if you haven't touched the basics, like using ChatGPT just to ask and answer questions, and anything you do from, writing a job description to creating a business plan to writing an article. I was asked to write an article for a legal publication. And I simply copied and pasted the transcript of one of my webinars, and I gave a really good prompt. And a really good prompt is the format of CRIT. And this is Jeff Woods wrote a great book called The AI Driven Leader, and he talks about CRIT.
I'd say go back and listen to the episode with Jeff. Yeah,
Oh,
I'd call him a better friend than he probably thinks of me, but he's definitely a mentor of mine.
So
and great guy.
context, role, interview, and task. So Jeff coaches, write a great prompt. The context. I want you to write an article for this legal magazine for Jay Berkowitz, founder of 10 Golden Rules. Roll. You're a great business writer and you're very good at summarizing content from other sources. Interview. Ask me 3 clarifying questions, one at a time before completing your task. Task. Write an 800-word article based on the download of the webinar I provided. Boom. It's going to be 95% correct. I get those articles done in 10 minutes. Used to take me 4 hours.
Yeah, I love it. I've just started playing around. We do a lot of content, a lot of media, and so even the ability to edit videos through text has been really a game changer for me, because I come from the world where you had to manually do it, but now you can, in the same way that you can ask it to write a newsletter, or I recently created a sales page, through AI prompts, and it took a lot of massaging, but it was something that we could do a lot quicker, and that I was capable of doing without a designer or an advanced video editor. And so the tools are evolving.
Yeah, so that's great advice. Get into the basics, which is just do it. Pick a couple products like a Chat GPT or a video editor, or I created a Google Gemini is great at creating images today, and I created a funny image of my dog going to the fridge, and I put that up on my Zoom meeting just to say, hey, I'll be right back. So it's unbelievable. With a one simple prompt, you can get exactly what you want in terms of a graphic visual.
One of the other ones that we didn't really cover, which I thought would be interesting, is creating a unique value proposition. A lot of, especially with lawyers, or we kind of work with service providers that otherwise see themselves as like commodities. And so, being unique or creating what you call a UVP, I think is really critical for businesses of the sorts, probably any business. But talk to me a little bit about your perspective, and how you can take businesses like a lawyer or personal injury lawyer and create that UVP for them.
Well, golden rule number 3 is create a UVP, or a unique value proposition, and some people confuse that with like a unique selling proposition. A unique selling proposition is what makes your company unique or different from other companies. But the concept of the UVP was something on your website that would create a higher conversion rate. So for most personal injury lawyers, look, they're offering completely free. They're going to take your case completely for free. So the phone call is like, hey, give us a call. We're going to take your case completely for free. Nothing beats that, right? Because the way personal injury lawyers get paid is they generally get 33% on the back end of your case. But, a lot of great UVPs through the years are free consultations, or, even we did some analysis on the 10 Golden Rules website. And I thought, most people would come and look up, our services or our products, or how to do SEO, or get information about Jay Berkowitz. But most people just wanted to see the 10 Golden Rules. So we made a download of the 10 Golden Rules available free on the website. And you could purchase the book, The 10 Golden Rules, on the website. So a UVP is something free that's going to get people engaged at a higher level when they come to your website.
Yeah, so critical. This has been a really fascinating conversation. There's a few of the rules left that we haven't touched on. I think one of them is, if you build it, they won't just come, which I think is a great one, because I've seen so many people do that, especially in the podcasting space. Talk to me about that one, and why you decided that was a rule.
Well, the basic principle there is you can't just put up a website without doing some marketing, without doing some SEO to get people to the website. So if you build it, they won't just come. And that's true for your website and for your business. You're going to have some kind of methodology to get, sales and marketing to generate traffic to your website, and then convert that traffic into business. We've even developed a couple proprietary conversion strategies. We have a proprietary AI bot that we wrote that's based on 5 of the world's greatest intake trainers.